KDB at 33, 34 right now is not being trusted to influence games anymore. Because you guys say the same thing about Eric Ten Hag, and right now he's on LinkedIn looking for new jobs.
I really love Rashford, but for a fact, I guess it's high time for him to go.
Leopards do not change their spots because you can't be having 6 managers in and some players are still there, because these are the same players that will throw the new manager under the bus if he doesn't deliver.
Bro, I can go to the cabinet and see we have a UEFA trophy.
Declan Rice, who cost 105 million pounds, doesn't have the technical range to execute such a pass if his life depended on it. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Pal Sports Pregame. My name is Mark Kinyanjui or Kinyawai.
Be a lion, Manchester United fan.
Steve Awino, number one gooner.
And today we have a lot of things to discuss. First of all, Sporting Lisbon were thrashed 5-1 by Arsenal, my beloved Arsenal. They're saying that Amorim left. That's why they are. And then Amorim went to Manchester United.
Yeah.
After 1 minute, you guys were thumping your chests at you've already scored your first goal of the season.
See, that's why we scored.
Only for Ipswich to equalize, to humble. Haaland said be humble, but for me, I actually think Amorim isn't a bad coach. I actually think he's a talented coach. The work he's done at Sporting, he's won 6 trophies there. I think that he's brought the best out of players like Gyökeres and players like that. Gyökeres, who I don't really fancy, but we'll get to that in a minute. But he's come to Manchester United. Already the pressure is on. Right now you can see that he's had more interviews already than he did in 6 years or in 4 years at Sporting.
It's a big club.
So for me, I don't. So what do you think first of all about Amorim? Do you think he's the guy? Because you guys say the same thing about Eric Ten Hag, and right now he's on LinkedIn looking for new jobs.
Every guy has been the guy since Moyes.
Okay, what I feel about Amorim is Amorim has the character. Has the confidence, first of all. He's saying that there are a couple of things that we are supposed to work on, especially from the team itself is not built for its system. You know, it's built for another system. That's what he said first. And I feel with the character that he has, with the trophies that he's won at Sporting, and the confidence that he has, the only thing that he's supposed to do is get rid of players who have been there for the longest time. The likes, I'm a sports fan, a sports fanatic, and I really love Rashford, but for a fact, I guess it's high time for him to go, because I feel there is a bad example.
He's a bad egg in the dressing room.
In the
bad
dressing
egg.
room.
You guys no longer want Dr. Marcus MBE.
He can change for maybe Amorim is going to change his perspective of the game. Maybe. But for the longest time, since the likes of Jose Mourinho, the likes of Van Gaal, he's been there. He's grown, but he's not consistent over and over. Because as of now, Rashford is supposed to be in the same level as Mbappe. But apparently, he's actually down there.
Yeah, and also you have to consider the fact Rashford is not a child anymore. You see, 4-5 years ago, we'd excuse him and say he's 22, he's 23, give him time, he'll get better. But Roy Keane once said Leopards do not change their spots, because you can't be having 6 managers in and some players are still there, because these are the same players that will throw the new manager under the bus if he doesn't deliver. So I feel like if you guys are to give Amorim time to become the manager that you expect him to be and bring you back to the heights, back him, give him the players he wants, the players who don't fit his system, because I feel like this first month should be about Amorim, should be identifying who he trusts, who he doesn't trust. By the end of the month, those who he doesn't trust, he should be telling the board, these are not the players I want. Bye-bye.
Do you think he'll have that time at Manchester United to be given that time to implement his plans? Because Manchester United fans are very demanding.
And that is the only super club. It's the only super club in England, alongside Real Madrid and Barcelona and maybe Bayern. Those are the only super clubs that are there. So basically, every newspaper in the world, you'll find that the first 4 pages is Manchester United alone. Manchester United alone. So does he have that that charisma to handle such a job?
His first statement was, this thing is going to take time. So he asked the Manchester supporters that you'll have to give me time before this system is implemented. You're going to like it, maybe, or even you're going to hate the system. But for a fact, you're going to give me time so that you can win trophies. He started with that statement.
Yeah.
So remember,
four losses down the line,
you see,
you're going to be
but you see,
imagine-
but you see, that's what I'm saying. You see, if you go for project-oriented managers like Ruben Amorim, who needs time and deservedly so,
Yeah.
sometimes it may not went so well for a club like Manchester, because Manchester United is bigger than just the pitch. Manchester United, you see, you guys always say that it is wife. I mean, in the order of love: United, kids, wife. That's what you always say, because that is how influential the club is to the lives of many people around the world.
True.
So you find out that since Ferguson has left, because Ferguson used to have such an influence, he used to have an influence on the media, he used to protect his players. Players genuinely used to fear him. But I think since he's left, because he used to get the best out of a frankly mediocre team.
True.
Since he's left, you guys have
Listen.
not had a manager with that personality to
Now
be
listen.
able to
Now
handle
listen.
that
Now
side, the
listen.
politics.
Now listen. For a fact, remember we have a new management in place. Remember we have the likes of Ineos coming in. The previous management or the previous regime was not more into football. That's why you find even for Ferguson, when these brothers came in, what's their name?
Nani, which brothers?
The
Nani, Glazers.
The Glazers came in. The Glazers family came in. They found Ferguson there, so they couldn't even say for a fact that they want this and this and this and this when Ferguson was at the club. But remember, after Ferguson, there is no any other manager who will come out and say this and this and this and this and this if you're not Ferguson. But now we have Ineos on board. We have the likes of David Astroth. We have the likes of Berada coming in. So we are sure we are building something different from what we had. So we are going to give this coach time. We are going to give him the players that he needs. And remember, he can win us titles.
Yeah, he can.
You're going to give him time is a fallacy. Because at Manchester United, the management usually succumbs to pressure. And
Exactly.
a few losses down the line,
Yeah.
the fans will be already be
Exactly.
calling for his head.
Yeah. Exactly.
Given the example of Arsenal, if the management at Arsenal had yielded to pressure when Arteta was facing backlash from the fans, Arteta will not be at Arsenal
Yeah,
right
exactly.
now. And like Mark mentioned, Amorim is a project manager. You have to give him the time.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll have that.
We are going to give him
Actually,
time for a fact.
yeah,
For a fact.
you will give him time,
For
but
a fact.
anyway, for me, I actually think as we move on to the next topic, that the best manager to handle a super club like Manchester United is a manager like Zidane,
Don't
someone
say
who is capable of working with what he has, because there are always ideological differences. Get the best of what he has and deliver results. A manager who can get the best of what he has, like Ancelotti. Ancelotti can be given, you're told Perez demands, I'm giving you Mbappe, I don't care if he fits your system or not, find a way to fit him in, because I need Mbappe for the revenue you get. So I believe Manchester United is the only club in England that is of that level. So you need more than a project manager because of funders. But anyway, we can discuss Manchester United all day. I think that is a whole topic on its own.
No, it's not a big team, Manchester United.
A team with a big
Anyway,
name.
Arsenal look like they're back. Arsenal, respect the word
You are
Arsenal
always
with a
back,
capital
always
A,
back, always
right?
back. You know
We are back.
that neighbor that always, I'm here.
No.
We are not even back.
We are not even back.
Arsenal were a good team on
Yeah,
bad form.
exactly.
Manchester United are a bad team.
Anyway, but right now, Arsenal looked like a balanced team. It's like Arteta actually listened to what we were saying, because the other time I was very angry that the team was imbalanced. You are playing Merino and Rice in the same team. There's no creativity. There's no imagination. There's no flair. But right now, since Odegaard has been back, and actually I'll be specific, since Arteta started playing the players in the right position, Jurrien Timber at right back, where he can overlap Saka, prevent him from being isolated. Thomas Partey, and put some respect on Thomas Partey. Partey, our Rodri, someone who is capable of controlling the tempo of the game, laying a platform for the likes of Odegaard to actually combine with Saka.
Yeah.
And right now you can see there is more balance in the team right now. So I believe, in my opinion, if the same players are kept fit, if Arteta doesn't overthink things, and they're playing against West Ham at the weekend, West Ham will get whitewashed by 3-0, and I'm the one who's telling you guys 3
Title-
goals to
title
nil.
charge back on.
Title charge back on.
Thomas
right?
Tay party is cooking. There's no
Yeah.
party like a Thomas party. Personally, I think
There's no
that-
party without party.
the guy is usually misprofiled. People think just because he's African that he's a
Exactly.
physical player.
Yeah.
He is not. The guy is more creative than physical.
Yeah.
And usually there's that misconception about his game. I think second only to Rodri in the league in what he does. Yeah.
For me, I'll wait for you guys to update on WhatsApp that you are very disappointed with Arteta. So guys, continue the belief.
Actually,
I know Manchester United
wait,
fan is not wrong.
I actually
Usually-
said,
I know
this
Manchester
is the
United fan
season
is
where
not wrong.
Arteta is on his last straw. So Arteta knows he has to deliver this season because he knows he's
What
been
is
given
Arteta
more than
going to
enough-
win this
enough
season?
time. Arteta has to, for me, actually, Mimi, I'm going to judge him in May. I'm going to judge him in May and say, because I've been on his back, I've said, if he doesn't win anything
What
this
is
season,
he
I want
going
him
to
to
win?
go.
Not
That's
even
the
any-
question.
Right now, he knows he has to
what-
deliver.
what is he going
At this
to
point, we
win?
need either a league title or a Champions League.
Which league
Because
title?
Even
Which
an,
UEFA?
even
No,
an
no,
FA
no, no.
Cup-
UEFA Champions League.
Wait.
Wait,
Let
UEFA
me
FA Cup.
UEFA Champions League.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
in fact,
if you ask
no,
me,
no,
if you
guys,
actually
guys,
ask me,
guys,
wait, guys,
let's
wait,
talk.
guys.
Speak
Guys,
of a
If
competition
you actually
you're not
ask
in.
me, if
Let's
you
talk-
actually
no,
ask
let's
me,
talk about UEFA
no,
Champions
no,
League.
you
Let's talk of the
focus on
Europa
playing
League.
against Bodo
Ask you how much
Gimit
was
or
the
that
UEFA Champions
team.
League.
Wi-Fi
You're playing
passwords.
Wi-Fi passwords, teams that don't even have names. Focus on that, eh?
You know, for
Focus
me-
on that
For
first.
me, I
eh?
can
Thursday
go to,
nights.
bro, I can go to the cabinet and see we have a UEFA trophy.
Nah.
For a fact.
For
The
Me, I
now.
can
last
just open
one in
and say,
2008.
now.
Where
That's
were
your-
you in 2008?
that's-
Where were
I
you in
was a
2008?
Manchester United supporter,
No,
bro.
where were you in 2008? Right
telling
now, you're paying bills for yourself and you're old enough. In 2008, where were you?
Do you know
the
Jan
last time
Alpha-
you won?
No, do you know Jan Alpha has never has never seen Arsenal win any trophy?
No.
Do you
No
know- no, do you
generation
know
have
that?
ever seen
Do you
Arsenal
know
winner.
Jan Alpha has never seen
What?
any?
What?
What? FA Champions League
And the FA Cup in 2020.
FA Cup, is it a
My
trophy?
niece who
Is
is
that a
4
trophy?
years
Is that
old
a-
was born
no, look
back
at-
then.
no, look at the
Anyway,
caliber
but
of
anyway,
people
guys,
I have in the back. No, look at the
last
people.
trophy.
Anyway,
Which is your last trophy?
anyway,
No, it
anyway,
took a- but we're not even bragging.
Stop being
We're not
emotional.
bragging.
Anyway,
We are not bragging.
guys. So, but in
no.
real sense, I feel like banter aside, I feel like if Arteta stops overthinking things and plays players in the right position, and we'll see more balance. And like you said about Thomas Partey, you can see the way he's playing basically. Like Thomas Partey, if you will watch that game against Sporting Lisbon where he beat them 5-1, that goal by Kai Havertz where Saka gave a diagonal to Havertz for the goal. I'm telling you that pass that Thomas Partey executed to Saka. Declan Rice, who cost 105 million pounds, doesn't have the technical range to execute such a pass if his life depended on it. So, guys, put some respect on Thomas Partey. Okay, understood? Are we together?
So you're trying to say that Rice is not...
Nah, different profiles.
No, he's a different profile. What I'll say is Rice is a ball carrier who wins the ball. So let him stick to being a number 8. Let him just learn how to play football over there for our system, because he is more of a double pivot, box-to-box player who wins the balls, because that's what he was accustomed to at West Ham. But at Arsenal, we need a hub the way Rodri does for Manchester City. And speaking of Manchester City, they've been struggling without Rodri. I think now they've gone 6 games without a win, 5 back-to-back losses and 1 draw against Fenerbahce.
Yeah.
I believe people are starting to call Pep Guardiola, they're starting to call him Frodiola. I believe his scalp is already bald, but I don't think there must be a follicle remaining on his scalp, because come on, I mean, I knew they'd struggle without Rodri, because for the way they set up the system, they need Rodri to be the hub that everything revolves around him. But come on, are you trying to tell me they were going to be that bad without him?
I feel it's high time for Pep to start rebuilding his team, because you can see the same players that have been there for the longest time have won over five EPL titles.
Yeah,
they have the likes
actually
of
six EPL titles in 8 years.
Yeah, because you can see he brought in Bernardo Silva, they have won De Bruyne,
Walker.
Rodri, Walker. Now it's high time. Yeah, they've taken people like Guardiola, Lewis. They have someone like Savinho in the team, Doku. He's trying to rebuild, but he has also to rebuild with the key areas like the CDM position, like the CAM position as well. Because after losing Mahrez, they've tried to replace him with Savinho, but still
has it really worked
Going
out?
into the season, but then the conversation was surrounding whether those players will still have the anger after all they've won.
yeah.
And also you have to consider most of them are in their 30s right now. People like Walker, who was outpaced by the way, because Walker has always relied on
I
his
pray
pace
to God
get him out
Martinelli
of
gets a
trouble.
hold of that ball.
But you see that guy, the way he was outpaced by Timo Werner. I mean, come on, it's time to go. And also Kyle Walker never thought he's all that. So I think all his, because he doesn't cross a ball well. He doesn't. He can't cross the ball like Trent. He can't execute a pass from deep like Trent. Defensively, he doesn't read the game well. I think what has always helped him is the pace, because of that recovery pace is so important for teams that press high. But right now at 34, 35, he's losing that pace, and I think it's time they moved on from him. KDB at 33, 34 right now is not being trusted to influence games anymore, because maybe the magic is gone. I mean, age is catching up with this kind of players. John Stones, I think his legs are gone right now. I rate him highly. He's a quality ball playing defender, but come on, his legs I think right now are gone. So I think Mancity are in that pace where they need to rebuild, and I think that's probably why without Rodri, I'm sure with Rodri maybe they'd have held their own, but I feel like they're starting to be exposed without him. And also the fact that other players like Gundogan, who came back, who wasn't supposed to play a lot of minutes, but right now is being forced to play a lot of minutes, you can see right now they're being found out, and I think that's why they are probably struggling. So yeah, I think that's why against Liverpool I don't expect them to
Any
deliver
change?
anything.
But, I'm not buying into the Man City downfall. Those guys closed a 13-point gap on us.
But
Yeah,
they
man.
closed a 13-point gap with their
I
best
am
players.
trauma, my guy.
With their best players. Right now, who's the adequate backup for Rodri? Because it was supposed to be Calvin Phillips, but you see Calvin Phillips came to the side. As much as people will say he's not good enough, he's mid-table, let's consider he came in for 40 million. He was injured when he came into the club, so he didn't have time to gel with the team, and by the end I don't think he was given enough time to actually find rhythm and be the adequate backup for Fernandinho. Because you remember there was a time Pep will switch between Fernandinho, Rodri. But right now Rodri is the only number 6 that they have. Right now they're being forced to play Gundogan, who hasn't played as a number 6 for a long time since his Borussia Dortmund days, and Rico Lewis, who is more of a right back, an inverted right back. Naturally, he won't have the positional intelligence. So that's why they are probably struggling right now.
Do you reckon in January, if they get someone at the caliber of Zubimendi, that they get back into the
I actually think they need to Mchanga, Mshwari, everything to get Zubimendi in January, because I believe that is the only way that for their system they need a hub, a number 6 who can everything revolving around him, so that they can get back to that, because that is how Pep sets up his system. And I think he struggles without a player of that caliber. Since his Barcelona days, it's always been Busquets, then to Xabi Alonso at Bayern Munich. There's always been a 6 somewhere.
Who's been
right
really
now without
good and
him,
knows football,
right
yeah.
now, exactly.
Yeah.
So but I believe they're going to struggle without Rodri for the time being. But let's speak about Liverpool as we sort of like wind up as well. Liverpool have been doing well throughout the season. They're top of the league. But I also think the only weakness that they also sort of have is they also don't have that number 6 who can be the hub, like we said about Rodri. As much as Gravenberch is doing well, Gravenberch is more of a number 8. I feel like he'll be released carrying the ball for us, because he's such a technical player, he's such a gifted, he's rangy. But I believe as much as he's done well at number 6, if we give him a Zubimendi, partner him next to Zubimendi, I think you're going to see him unleashed.
What about Szoboszlai?
Szoboszlai is another box-to-box player.
So you can't tell me that, because remember they also have McAllister in the team.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
if you're going to bring in another CDM, and I feel so far so good, Gravenberch is doing a really good job personally. So adding in another CDM, maybe he's going to be a backup CDM in the team, because currently you cannot.
But you need depth. For a team that is playing 3 games a week, once in the Champions League and then 2 games Sunday you're
a backup CDM.
You need players who will regularly rotate, because I feel like Liverpool, that is what has always cost them, the lack of a true 6 since Fabinho left, and that is what cost them last season. If you really read between the lines, and that's why they capitulated. So heading to the game, who do you think will win Manchester City against?
Predictions. Liverpool win but with a slight margin, maybe a 3-2 or even a draw. 3-3.
I actually think because of the way Manchester City are short of confidence right now and the fact that Liverpool are just holding their own, I actually think Liverpool will hold their own and actually win by maybe 3-1, because City right now, the way they are without Rodri in the team, and with City now Liverpool looking like a well-oiled machine, I feel like they're going to dominate and win by 3-1. What do you think?
I think the stakes of the match will probably knock City back into reality. I think they put up a fight and go 2-2.
Yeah.
They'll put up a fight and go 2-2.
A draw or a win for Liverpool.
Chelsea against Aston Villa.
Okay, Chelsea are currently on form, considering they have wingers like Sancho coming back into the team. Joao Felix is in really good form. Fernandes.
As well, he's starting to prove he can get back in the lineup.
For sure, Chelsea are going to win by maybe 2 or 3 goals.
Yeah, I also think Chelsea will win because Aston Villa are short of confidence right now.
Yeah.
So I actually think Chelsea have what it takes to actually get a high result, but they can't keep clean sheets at the moment. So I think it's going to be a narrow 2-1 win for Chelsea.
Yeah. I'm thinking a 3-1. So unanimous decision for Chelsea.
Unanimous decision for Chelsea.
West Ham Arsenal.
West Ham Arsenal. That is easy. 3-0 win for Arsenal.
4-0. 4-0.
I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting.
Saka.
What's up status?
Havertz.
Yeah.
and
then
Twitter.
Pata.
Yeah, exactly. Any other game we need to...
Manchester United, Everton.
Manchester United, Everton. I think
Amorim.
Amorim gets his
At home.
first win at home. So I think it's probably going to be a 2-0 win for Manchester United. I actually think that based on how I saw them play against Ipswich, as much as they need wing backs in January to actually bring better balance to the team, I actually think given that you are at home, you've also been your confidence is soaring at the moment because of the new manager since Ten Hag left. So I think you'll beat them by 2-0.
2-0.
I'm thinking 2-0 as well.
2-0. So you're going to win for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Any other game?
Unless it's Manchester United.
No, we are at
You
home.
never know.
We're at home. We're at home.
No,
Yeah.
you never know. Uwanja chase mpira.
Anyway, guys, that has been it from the panel in terms of pregame this week. Let us know, do you agree with our predictions? Give us your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about what we discussed? And as always, we will talk next time. Till next time, guys, I've been your guy, Kinyawai.
Be a lion.
Steve Awino.
Adios.